Hi friends, welcome back to my channel SciTech. In this one, I'm going to the speed test comparison between the POCO X8 device versus Realme GT 60 device, Snapdragon 7+Gen3 versus Snapdragon 7+Gen2 processor. Let's see friends how much difference you will be able to notice between these both phones regarding the speed test comparison side by side between these both the devices, POCO X8 and the Realme GT 60 device. Right now I did enable the external rank capabilities in the Realme device, which is a 8+8 as you can clearly see here, which is enabled successfully, and all the apps are completely clear between these both phones. And let's start the quick speed test between these both the devices, and we'll let you see how much difference you'll be able to notice between the both the devices regarding the speed test comparison side by side. Let's start with the first game, which is Asphalt game. Is a POCO X8 and Realme GT 60, Snapdragon 7+Gen2, Snapdragon 7+Gen3, and the first phone to open the Asphalt game is the POCO X8. It opened slightly faster than the Realme device, so which can definitely see regarding the speed test. So next game is a PUBG mobile game. Let's see the PUBG game, which phone will be able to open fast. And the PUBG game seems like the POCO did load the first, but let's wait for the final result and we'll try to see. And right now seems like the POCO might be opening faster. Snapdragon 7+Gen2 faster than the Snapdragon 7+Gen3 processor. You can see just a little bit faster, so that's pretty good. And next is the FIFA game. So we'll try to take a look at this FIFA game speed test. So right now the FIFA game seems to be kind of loading faster in the POCO X8 device than the Realme GT 60. So it did load slightly fast in the POCO X8, and even we'll try to see the RAM management test comparison between these both phones. So how well RAM management will be there. And next move to the next game, which is a Subway Surf game. So right now I'm going to do the Subway Surf and small gain speed test between the POCO X8 and the Realme GT 60, Snapdragon 7+Gen2, Snapdragon 7+Gen3. And first phone to open the Subway Surf game is the 7+Gen2. Did open faster regarding the Subway Surf game. So next game is a Temple Run. So regarding the Temple Run speed test, you can see again the Snapdragon 7+Gen2 did open fast. In most of the games, the 7+Gen2 is opening faster than the 7+Gen3. And I can see only like little bit difference. That's not a huge difference, just close to like 1 second difference is there. That's it. This time the Realme GT 60 did open faster than the POCO X8. So next game, let's see. Real-time racing between these both devices. Both phones did load exactly at same time. And you can see the all loading speeds exactly at same time as well. So it is a jetpack joyride game. And both phones are loading up pretty good speeds. Not an issue. And right now the loading speed slightly kind of faster in the POCO X8 than the Realme GT 60, just a little bit fast as you can see. Next is a Crossy Road game. So we'll try to see the Crossy Roads game, which phone seems like the Realme did open slightly faster regarding the Crossy Roads game. So after opening a lot of games, I did notice one thing in the POCO X8 is that the phone feels kind of lag while opening the game. For example, if I were to click at same time, you can see slight, I'm getting delay a little bit, like response time. Just a little bit I did notice in the previous game, Crossy Roads. So this game did open faster in the Realme GT 60. So let's do the RAM management test comparison between these both phones, and we'll try to find out RAM management test. So right now all the 10 games are, as you can see, the load slightly kind of feels lag, but overall all the 10 games are completely open between these both the phones. As you can see, all the 10 games did open between both the devices. And now let's start with the last game which we opened recently, which is 1945, and this is a RAM management test after opening 10 games, which is there in the background RAM management. And this game is also there in the background RAM management. Real-time racing is there in the background. Both phones did keep 4 games in the background RAM management as well, no issues. Next is a Candy Crush game. Candy Crush game is also there in the background RAM management. So yes, in the POCO X8 is taking some time to load that game. For example, let's try from the multitasking tray here. which is there in the background. No issues with the POCO F5. And Realme did load the game again, the Temple Run game. Let's see the Subway Surf game right now, which is there. So most of the time the POCO F5 was able to keep most of the games in the background without any issues. Seems like the RAM management is doing pretty good job by keeping like so many games. Let's see the FIFA game. So it's there in the background, but it's taking some time to load up the game. It did not start from the beginning, if you notice. So there is a difference. It did not start from the beginning, but it took some time. I can feel some lag. As you can see right now, the UI is not that responsive. So sometimes if I try to open like so many games in the background, this is what happens with the UI sometimes, which I did notice. So next is a PUBG Mobile game, which is there again. That's pretty good. So overall the POCO F5 is doing pretty good job in terms of the RAM management thing, guys. So which is really fantastic. And the final game is Asphalt game. I don't think this will be open in the POCO F5, but yes, it did open surprisingly. But overall, all the 10 games are completely there in the background RAM management without even loading in the POCO F5 device. That's really fantastic in terms of the RAM management, guys. Just imagine the games are there, but apart from the games, if the applications are there, how many can be there in the background? So I will want to do the test again. So stay tuned for more updates. Meanwhile, signing off until then, stay tuned for more updates. And thank you for watching. And bye.